Con la vuelta raya buscando y ando, tumbando mangos quiero, quiero un manguito que esté bien bueno, tumbando mangos vengo, con la vuelta raya buscando y ando, tumbando mangos quiero, quiero un manguito que esté bien bueno.
Adonis, muy bienvenido.
Gracias.
Welcome to New York.
Thank you, thank you.
This is not the first time you've been here, right?
No, actually, it's my fourth time here in New York.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And this time, tell us what you're doing.
I'm here, having an amazing experience. I'm sharing the stage with Larry Harlow for the opera Homie, which was written in 1973, and 41 years later, we are, doing, of course, with big, amount of new people, the different singers, but fantastic, being with Larry Harlow and all these amazing singers at Lincoln Center here in New York City, to me, it's a great honor.
That's awesome. So some of my audience knows who you are. Most of them probably do, but for those who don't, you come from Artemisa, Cuba.
That's right.
You are a twin.
That's right.
And your brother is also a musician.
Well-known one, yeah.
And he goes by a different name.
That's right.
Although you used to be known as
The Puentes brothers.
the
yeah.
Puentes brothers.
That's right, that's right.
So you started in Cuba. So take us back a little bit further in Cuba. Tell us about your roots.
Well, as you said, I grew up in a small town an hour away from Havana City. This town was called Artemisa. It's called Artemisa. And very musical place. My father is an amazing guitar player and also, guitar teacher. And we grew up right across the street from a cultural center in our hometown, So every day there was a lot of music happening.
La Casa de la Cultura.
La Casa de la Cultura de Artemisa. And we did so much growing up, like festivals and all kind of performances and national television, and all those scenes were like beautiful scenes, growing up in Cuba. And then, in 1995, we have our first experience out of Cuba. My dad, my brother and I, we did this quintet with two more musicians, and we came to Canada. We had a tour from coast to coast, from Victoria, BC, all the way to Halifax in 70 days.
Wow.
And that trip, definitely changed our life, We basically, got a vision of the world. We basically met a lot of people, made tons of connection, and then in 1998, I got hired again, There was a Cuban band coming to Canada, and they were needing a singer. And a person in Canada said, hey, I know this singer that came here like a few years ago, and I think he would be a good fit for your band, so try him out. So I came to Canada, and the rest is history. I've been, working the music from Canada, which allowed me to have a more international projection, We were 24 years old when I came to Canada. That was a little while ago.
Just a little while.
Just a little while ago, And then a few months later, like 9 months later, my twin brother, Adonis Puentes, which is now known as Alex Cuba. He came, and we did this, amazing project called the Puentes Brothers. It was the first album we did, and we got Juno nomination, West Coast Music Awards, and a lot of recognitions in Canada, and opportunity to go to Amsterdam, to go to a little bit to the United States, and that put us in the map, definitely. From there on, people identify us as composers, as performers, and people expect music from us, and that's all I've been doing up to here.
So he went off and did his Alex Cuba thing, and you continued to do your Adonis Puentes thing, and tell us what you're doing now.
Well,
let me back up.
Sure.
Last year, or 2 years ago, your album was nominated for a Grammy.
That's right. Actually, I was part of this ensemble, this amazing band in Los Angeles called Mongorama, where I was the lead singer and also was,
Mongorama?
Mongorama. A fantastic band, led by Jose Rizzo, which is a major, radio host there in Los Angeles. And basically, it was a project that we did together, and it was a lot of, love into it, and it was nominated for the Grammy. And I attended that ceremony, which was an amazing, opportunity.
Not bad.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got an album out. It's out in Canada.
It's out in Canada.
It's about to come out here in the U.S.
In the U.S., it's a little bit, there you can find in iTunes, and, but the physical album is going to be in the stores, very soon. Sabor a Café.
I can tell my audience it's one of my absolute favorite albums
Thank you.
of all time.
Thank you, Yasira. I'm glad you like
Yeah,
it.
I really do.
So, backing track a little bit here, so my brother and I, we did the Puentes Brothers, and then My brother always wanted to do his own type of music, which, he was cooking up a little bit. And, it ended up being what it is, some kind of fusion that...
It's interesting stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like him. I'd say it's a little bit of pop with jazz and a little bit in between. A little bit, a lot of stuff is even in between. And I got, attached to my Cuban roots and stuff like that, even though 15 years out of Cuba had made me, welcome and allow many influence, which I'm grateful for it, I had the honor to share with many musicians and being in many different places, and I'm not only from Cuba now, I'm from the planet Earth is my house.
That's great. So your father was a guitarist.
He's a guitarist.
Is a guitarist. Still is a guitarist. And tell us about the rest of your family.
The rest of my family.
Mom, do you have children?
My mother, Maria del Carmen, which is, thank you for, asking about my family, There is no me or my brother or my dad without my mom. She's an amazing driving force. And, thanks to her, we have been able to organize ourselves, to, be in time, be always presentable, and super hardworking person, and an inspiration. Basically, my mother is an amazing person. And when my dad met her, after my brother and I were born, he made a test to her. He was making sure that everybody in the family had musical ear, and everybody passed the test except my mother.
No.
So he asked her, can we make a deal? And she said, what's the deal about? I said, please don't sing to the kids. I do whatever you want me to do. I clean, I wash the clothes, whatever. You don't sing to the kids. So she never sang to us because he wanted us to become musicians. It's important to mention that in Cuba, becoming a musician, it is something as big as becoming a doctor, a lawyer, which as it should be, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's something serious, and we take that serious in Cuba,
So your mom couldn't sing?
No, but you know what happened? Like 25, 30 years later,
she found her voice?
And she's an amazing singer now. Like, she sings a few songs, and every show we play that she's, there, she comes to the stage and she sings one or two songs, and I get a little jealous because she still, take my show away.
But that's great.
Yeah, she's amazing. So
That's
awesome. My dad has this thing now.
So your dad doesn't wash the clothes anymore, now she sings?
No, he says to everybody, that's a proof that, the woman that stick with me, she get, music.
Oh, he tries to take the credit.
He's taking credit for that, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's a, great family, I also have two children in Canada. They are, 14 and 13 now, growing there in Canada.
And they're musicians already?
They're musical, they got a lot of music in the blood. My son Jordan is more into soccer,
Oh.
My daughter is, very musical, playing guitar and playing different instruments. And I hope, they follow the positive light and the music.
That would be great. So, future plans. What you got on your plate?
Music. I said the last 3-4 years it's been busier than ever. I've been writing more songs than ever. I just decided to spend more time with the guitar. And, songs are coming to me, they are attacking me,
Songs attacking?
Attacking me. They present themselves, and I have no other option than channel them, and write my songs. And I'm quite happy about that. So basically, I have a bunch of projects. I just finished an amazing record that I recorded in Cuba with El Maestro Pancho Amat, one of the best bass players in earth. And it's a tribute to Maria Teresa Vera. It's an album that I want to do since I was probably 12 years old. I've been wanting to do that record. I grew up in Artemisa, and Maria Teresa Vera was from Guanajay, which is like 12 k's away, very nearby. And growing up in my hometown, her spirit was always alive. The music that she wrote is one of the heroes of our
When was she
country.
alive?
She was, happening in the 20th, the 30th, the 40th. She died in 1966, I believe, something like that.
Long before you were born.
Yes, that's right. But her music, music got this power. Her music is so alive.
It keeps people alive.
Yeah, incredible. It's very romantic, and many great singers like El Cigala, this and that, had version of her music. And there was a picture of her at the lobby of the theater in Guanajay, and many events happen there. And I remember going there as a 9-10 years old kid, looking to that picture, and that picture, got a hold of me. Her spirit was there. And also my dad playing her songs and all the music, and I said, one day I'm gonna sing that song. So, you know, Colibri Records in Cuba, they offered me if I want to do a record there, and I said, yes, I have this in the projects, you know. And we got together with Pancho Amat, and it's an amazing, beautiful album that I love.
So are they her songs, or are they your songs?
12 songs of Maria Teresa Vera.
Okay.
Which include everything, you know, ballads, sonnets, a little bit of everything, you know, beautiful songwriting.
And when will that album come out?
I think in the fall, you know, sometime in the fall, like September, October.
In Cuba?
Everywhere, you know,
everywhere.
On the planet, basically. The record was recorded in Cuba, but it's done with my vision, even though I work with an amazing maestro like Pancho Amat and, you know, Daniel Amat, Pancho's sons, and Dairon, you know, they wrote arrangements. Basically,
and your father plays on it as well?
He plays guitar in two tracks there, you know, it's like a treat, you know. For me, it's one of these dreams that, you know, come through, you know, doing that record. Amadito Valdez from Clave Guaguancó, Irving Frontela from Los Van Van playing violins there, and many others, you know. I don't want to forget anybody, but, you know, amazing, great musicians in the album. I'm happy about that album, but, you know, keep on writing songs. I'm planning to do a record, you know, at the Sabor Café, a record on that line, you know, for the dancing crowd.
Mm-hmm.
But this one,
don't forget us dancers. Yeah.
No. Basically, my mission is that, you know, in life is when people dance it's because they're feeling good, you know, because everything is okay, you know. Even though it may not be perfect, you know, when you decide to dance it's because you are feeling good.
And you can forget all the rest.
Exactly. And the optimum moment of my life is when I'm behind the microphone and I got, you know, a beautiful dancing crowd in front of me. It's like, wow, you know, life is making sense, you know.
Great. Well, thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you.
We'll get together again soon.
Hopefully, you know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
La vuelta raya buscando y ando.